Do you remember when you were a kid and it started raining outside? Not storming, but raining, and you wanted to go play in the rain? Why did you want to do that? I've got a few theories. I think one is because it's rebellious. It's taboo. You're not supposed to be outside when it's raining. You're supposed to be taking shelter, getting out of the rain. It gets your clothes all wet, it gets your stuff all wet. But I think as kids, that's something that we wanted to do because it was rebellious. And you know, it was something that wasn't rebellious enough to where your parents wouldn't let you do it once in a while, so you could get away with it. And that made it exciting and novel. And it was also fun, just getting soaked, being outside in a different kind of weather than you're normally used to. You know, it cools off, being in the water is fun. But as adults, we don't really do that anymore. We stopped, and I was wondering why, and I think it's just an inconvenience now. We're so busy of doing things that seem important to us that we've let them take precedence over some of the simple joys in life. And today, if it rains where you live and you go out to play in the rain, then you're probably not going to see anybody else out there. And that's what I did today. I went out, it was just stopping raining as I went out. I was actually hoping it would keep raining, but I went out to the beach, and to my surprise, there wasn't one other person out there when I first went out. And that's kind of a theme that I look for in my life, a theme that I try to act out, is when you go somewhere nobody else will go, you experience things nobody else gets to experience. And I saw a beautiful, gorgeous sunset, and I'll show more at the end of the video of what I got to experience. But that's kind of a theme that I look for. If you are doing something, you know, different, not mainstream, you're going places where people are not congregating, where there's not a lot of people on the same road as you, you're going to experience things that those people don't get to experience. So look for opportunities like that in your life, and I think you'll get a lot of fruit out of it. Now that I've been super philosophical, here's what I did to train today. If you watched the video from yesterday, I did that same serve game, but this time I lost, and I lost twice as badly, so I don't want to talk about it. We're just going to cut. I've got my 2 necessary drinks here. I use the Element to supplement the electrolytes because I've figured out that I'm actually been getting dehydrated lately, and if I don't use that, it really affects me, especially when I'm doing 2 or 3 sessions a day. And I've got the coffee. Hitting with George here. We did a singles focus sessions, and we did some ground strokes to start off with. And I'll say one thing, I'm really grateful to be training down here in South Florida because it's so miserably hot and humid that I feel like if you get accustomed to these conditions, you can really play anywhere else and be completely fine. So I think that's a good aspect of being down here. This very cool gentleman spoke to us after we were taking a little break, and he saw us hitting. And I always think it's very funny when you hit ground strokes and stuff or do any type of singles work. George was talking about this, how when you do singles work, it looks really athletic. And so the guy asked us if we had tennis background and we were pros and stuff. And then he asked George if he could coach him, and I think maybe his grandson. I don't know if I should be offended that he asked George instead of me, but no, I'm just kidding. George's a good coach, so hopefully we made a good connection there.
I mean, I play tennis, not a pro, like you guys. But, you know, if you didn't take a couple of lessons, and then you like a little bit back and forth with the tennis, you stay 1 minute on the court, right? You realize that, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, you're gonna go get it from behind the fence, right? This game really made it to a lot of people.
Yeah. He's speaking facts right there. If any of you guys are still playing tennis, you need to quit right now and go all in on pickleball. And here we're doing some singles training. We did some singles games. I want to break down a couple of these points, some things I'm learning. This was a very good point, but there's going to be a key mistake I make in it. Right here, when I hit this ball, that was the mistake. And I want to show why. I had a neutral ball here. I could do anything with it, but I tried to go behind him, and now look at all the court I have to cover. He wasn't cheating towards the middle, So I should have just gone down the line on that ball, and that's something that I'm working on right now, is having better reads at the kitchen. Because if I go behind him there, I've got to change directions and run to the other side of the court, and he can put that ball wherever he wants to. Another good point here, I had what I call a failure to close. I hit a really good third, and I didn't immediately scramble in, and he hit a crazy drop there. I mean, it practically bounced back into the net. But that's on me for not, for thinking the point's over just because I had a good shot. If I had immediately been running in on that, I was kind of just shuffling in. If I had immediately been running in, I would have almost certainly gotten that next ball. But because I kind of slacked a little bit, he got the point.
6-1.
Deep return from George. I thought I'd hit an angle, and he puts me on the run a bit here, so I lob it up to his high backhand. I think, there's no way he can get a good shot off that, but he just hit a crazy angle. But the way his body was turned, I should have expected that's the only place it could go. So if I had been running over there a little bit sooner, again, that's another chance for me to stay in the point. It took me a while to figure out the mistake I made in this point right here. He did a great serve, but right here you're going to see he's already cocked his paddle. He's already shown that cross-court angle, and I'm still moving to the left. So it takes me way too long to get to that ball. And then, again, he hits that great backhand volley cross, and I just don't have enough time to get to it. So I think the mistake there came a few shots sooner than the end of the actual point, and I think I just need to be reading his paddle angle a little better so I can predict where the ball's going to go. All right, I'm at the beach again. There is not a person on the beach as far as you can see. It's crazy. It did just rain and storm a little bit. It may or may not still be raining. But, I got to come out here and see where my like-minded individuals are at. You know what? It does look like somebody is in the water out there. So I might have to go. Oh, no, that's a bird. That's a very large bird. Oh, and there's a rainbow. This is what you get. This is what you get when you venture out into the dangers. Here's my bird. Bird homie. He's busy. He's got stuff to do. There's something coming towards me on the beach, but judging by its height, it's either a dog or a small child, but it's alone, which is a little bit strange. Oh well. So I ended the day with some sprints, and man, it was just one of the most beautiful sunsets I have ever seen. It turned red outside at one point, and then cleared up a little bit, as you can see. But doing the sprints to stay sharp explosively, to keep the fast twitch muscle fibers going, stay in shape in that area, because I do long endurance cardio and I want to keep a good balance. But appreciate you guys watching. New videos every day. Let me know if these are helpful and encouraging for you. Have a good one.